my name is Daphne Fung. I am the Executive Director and Founder of California Against Slavery.
And I'm Chris Kelly. I'm the founder of the Safer California Foundation.
So thank you so much for joining our first Case Act webcast. We're really excited about tonight. We're going to be going through some of the results from our campaign for the signature drive. But before we get started, I want to kind of bring us back in time a little bit about how we got here. So California Against Slavery started about 2.5 years ago, really with the vision of engaging Californians in fighting human trafficking. And many of you guys actually responded to that vision, and you came on board. And we were trying to get this initiative on the 2010 ballot, and we weren't able to get the signatures. Not because there was a lack of interest in getting this on the ballot, but it was we were new as an organization, and we just didn't have enough people to help us. That was really the main thing. But about a few months ago, I met Chris through various reasons, and he was working on a bill that he was wanting to get on the ballot as well, and I'll let Chris talk about that.
So we had been working for quite some time, stretching back to my days at Facebook, where I ran privacy, safety, and security for 4 years. I had worked extensively with state attorneys general around the country, with law enforcement around the world, to try to make the internet a safer place. One of the things that we had done, and I'd succeeded in doing with Andrew Cuomo when he was Attorney General of New York, was to update sex offender registries to include electronic identifiers. And after trying to get that passed in California, we actually got a placeholder passed in federal law, but unless you do it state by state, the registries aren't properly updated. We tried to do it in California, and were unfortunately blocked in the legislature this past year, so I was exploring doing a ballot initiative. Friends introduced me to Daphne, and we thought that these causes worked very well together to do a comprehensive update of our laws fighting sex trafficking and updating other laws pertaining to sexual offenders. So we've combined forces, and the rest was history. Wonderful things are happening right now, and that's one of the reasons that we're here tonight.
Absolutely. So if you remember, we actually, on Christmas Eve, we wrote out our petition for signature gathering. And it's been a little over 2 months, and we had about 800, actually close to 900 volunteers who responded to our petition drive. And these 900 volunteers are from 37 different counties across the state. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a wonderful effort.
Yes, and you guys are tonight, and you're watching because you really want to know how many signatures we got. So I'm kind of stalling it right now because I know you guys really want to know the number.
There's suspense even on webcasts.
Yes, definitely. Well,
but perhaps it's time.
Yeah, remember our goal was 800,000 signatures, right? So
all in, we've received 873,000 signatures. So
873,000.
we have exceeded our goal. We will be submitting these to the various counties in the coming weeks for the final certification on the November ballot. But it looks pretty good for us qualifying.
Oh yeah, I think it's a hands down. We're going to be on the November ballot. So which gets us to the next point. Is wow, actually before we go into what we're going to do next, we do want to thank some people who were just our top people, our top volunteers.
Amazing efforts.
Amazing
from a
efforts.
number of volunteers.
So our goal, my goal, because of the shorter time frame, remember we were supposed to get 5 months to get for this initiative, but we ended up spending a little bit over 2 months on the signature drive. And within that 2 months, our volunteers collected over 51,000 signatures, which is phenomenal. So phenomenal, just given the fact that usually the first month is pretty much trying to get off the ground. And the second month, we actually did most of the work in the second month, which is February. But we want to recognize 3 individuals who just did above and beyond the call of duty.
Truly amazing efforts.
Yes. So you want to say who our top volunteer is?
Our top volunteer is Jane Tucker, who collected 1,631 signatures. A massively impressive effort, and one that's very, very appreciated in the fight against sex trafficking in California.
Absolutely. I mean, I know how hard it is to get signatures, but to get 1,600 within such a short time, over 1,600 actually, in such a short time is amazing. So thank you, Jane.
Yes.
And our second top volunteer is Mystery Ballot, and she collected over 800 signatures for us, which is amazing as well.
Also a great effort.
Very amazing. And our third volunteer.
And Kimberly Roberts with 682 signatures. The effort that everyone put in to making sure that we would get there is deeply appreciated by Daphne, by me, and by everybody who will be supporting the effort in November.
Yes, and these volunteers collected signatures from we have 58 counties in California.
Yep,
and we
signatures from 54 different counties.
Yes, so that means we really basically cover most of our state.
Yep.
And our volunteers actually cover most of our state as well. So just to, it really just speaks to the volume of this campaign as a grassroots effort. And as a really activist group of people really going into their communities and getting the word out for us.
Yep, and we appreciate all that. In that effort, there will be quite a number of efforts ongoing in spreading the word about the initiative as it goes on the ballot throughout the rest of the year. So we'll, in the coming weeks, be able to report final qualification, a ballot number, things like that. But we're going to have projects for everyone to participate in for the rest of the year to make sure that we get this passed, get it enacted, and make sure that there's focus on it in the law enforcement community.
Absolutely. And it's really been an amazing, it's already an amazing campaign, Chris. And the next phase is education and fundraising for us in the next few months. And we don't want to lose momentum. We want to continue going. I mean, we've done a great job with the signatures. Now we just have to do an awesome job with our education and fundraising.
As we've talked about the campaign, it's been divided into phases. And phase one is signature gathering. That's sort of coming to an end. But fundraising and message spreading for the fall campaign is where we're headed, and we're going to need all of your help for that as well.
Yes, absolutely. So make sure you get on our email list, because I think on the button it says join us. Make sure that you're on our email list, because that's how we can tell you what we need your help with. And absolutely, we need a massive amount of volunteers to go into the communities and really educate people about this.
And certainly spread the word to your friends online, that they can go to caseact.org directly, that you can help them learn more about how we can really improve our laws and then ultimately bring an end to sex trafficking in California.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I do want to, because I want to thank you. I mean, this wouldn't happen without you. It's been an awesome partnership, and I remember a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months, even a few weeks ago, talking to you, and you kept saying, I don't remember what I was saying, I just remember what you were saying. And all you were saying, it's the right thing to do. And you kept nodding, it's the right thing to do. And I just want to thank you for doing what is the right thing to do and being part of this.
It is a great honor for me to partner with a wonderful organization like California Against Slavery, with all the volunteers across the state, to reach out and be able to make a large difference after being blocked, quite frankly, through the normal legislative process. It is important that citizens band together and reach out and engage in direct acts of democracy. That's what we're doing here, and all in the service of empowering people and saving them from sexual exploitation, online, offline, anywhere. It's important that we treat people with dignity, and this law will underscore that in California.
Yeah, we're getting so much support on this, and we'll start announcing all the support that we've been getting.
We have a lot of announcements in the hopper in the coming weeks. People are coming on board very, very rapidly, and that's going to be exciting to announce too.
Yeah, absolutely. So please make sure that you do get on our email list so that we can communicate with you. We want to open right now to Q&A, questions and answers from people. So if you, on the bottom of the screen that you're watching, there's a dialog box that you can actually type your question in.
So one question is, what month will we find out the proposition number? And it looks like it'll probably be April, just as things get processed and assessed in the Secretary of State's office. So my guess would be early April at this point.
And the next question is for you, actually. So what are some creative ways to use social media to spread awareness and fundraising?
So this is an area that I've been involved in a little bit over the years, and you know, it is easier to share the links. What I've done on my Facebook page, both my political page and my personal page, is to share the link directly to caseact.org and get people in, you know, both in terms of offering them a quick way to get on the mailing list with their email address up front. We'll probably be making some changes in the coming weeks to focus more on this second phase. Obviously, most of the focus on the website has been just gathering signatures to this point. It will be much more about fundraising and about outreach. We've got great informational offerings there about what the Act would do, how it would operate, the changes that it would make, the scope of the problem. Those are all going to be there, and they'll be featured in rotating fashion. We expect that there will be a variety of campaigns, mini campaigns within the campaign to help do better outreach online and to reach more people about different aspects of the Act, whether it's some of the evidentiary changes that allow for the proper focus on the charging of human trafficking, whether it's the enhanced penalties to match federal law more effectively and make sure that the state is properly, you know, oriented in that direction, whether it's the updates to the sex offender registry and bringing Megan's Law into the digital age. We expect there will be different campaigns around that you'll be able to easily spread through social media. We'll be doing some learning from the Coney 2012 campaign that recently showed up in a bunch of people's different inboxes and on their social media pages. And I think that you'll see us be very activist in that and trying to help you be an effective activist to spread the word about this.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things that you could do also off the social media and offline as well. House parties, going to different events and helping us table there and speaking on the issue. Then any other questions? Well, I have a question for you, Chris. So, you know, where do you think we're going to land in November?
Well, in terms of how well we do, I think that we definitely want an overwhelming vote in support of this, and I'm not sure where we're going to end up. The first thing that I want is to get 50% plus one, no matter what, and then beyond that, you know, obviously, I think the greater the margin, the more clarity that there is about this, and the bigger statement that we make about what the state stands for and what it stands against. So I hope that we'll push, you know, high into the 50s, into the 60s, and possibly beyond in terms of the percentage of Californians who are ready to take a stand and vote against the continued sexual exploitation of minors in our state.
Well, I think we should try and get the highest possible, but that's really going to, the educational piece is so important in getting that vote out. But, you know, we already know, we have already heard from people that this is a no-brainer. Really, it's really a no-brainer.
We certainly think it is, but there will be efforts to muddy the waters, and there will be people who just don't like the fact that there are enhanced criminal penalties at all in this. And so there will be a number of discussions on that, I think, over the course of the campaign. So we're not going to get everyone, unfortunately, but I think we should.
We should try.
We should certainly try.
We'll
yeah,
get
we should certainly try.
Definitely. So there's another question: are we still advocating the dinner parties with a viewing of call and response, etc., to do fundraising in a grassroots way? I guess it's just stuff about house parties.
Yeah, I absolutely think that you know, setting up viewing of informational films of what's actually happening every day in the state will help educate people and raise funds so that we can tell the story through media, through paid media, in gearing up for the November ballot.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Well, we don't have any other questions. We're going to wrap up our webcast here, but I do want to remind you guys about how many signatures we have.
Yep, so Daphne and I will hold it up together.
Yes. Great job, everybody.
It's been a wonderful project.
Yes, and it's going to be an awesome campaign, and it's all because of your involvement and your continued involvement with the CASE Act. And thank you so much, and we will be in touch very soon.
Thank you all. Be
Thank
talking to
you.
you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.